Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Circle Time. We have two very exciting guests in the circle today. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Ooh, sure.
We're your two sisters.
Yes, these are my sisters. Surprise.
Kelsey is the third sister. We've always looked for a person to be the third sister, and you match that energy.
Do you think it's me?
100%.
Oh my God.
So yes, I'm Mady. Sorry, I always hijack the introduction.
And I'm Scout. I'm Maddie's older sister, and I pretty much in the space exist as only that identity.
That's not true.
Oh, thank you.
She's LK's mom.
You're also LK's mom.
And Kelsey is so affirming to my life because she asked me what I read, and now she's telling me I'm more than just your sister. I feel really empowered in this space, in this circle.
I went on Mady and Scout's podcast yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay Sis. And can I just say, okay sis. I had fun.
We were giggling like there was no tomorrow.
It was so fun. I did leave and I was like, was that good? I was really worried that you guys were like, okay, well, that was not that fun.
What are you doing?
But then when you posted that I was the third sister today, I was like, okay.
Oh my God.
They did like me.
She literally, Scout calls me and was like, wait, that was so fucking great.
Yeah.
Can I cuss on this? I hope so.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
because that's going to happen.
You can say whatever you want.
Oh,
but
don't tempt me.
I feel like that's a common thing. Every time Mads and I record an episode, we'll hang up and be like, was that good? Was that good?
Yeah, I feel like you never know until you start listening to it.
Yeah.
Totally. But I also don't listen. I don't listen to podcasts that I'm on, and I don't listen to Circle Time back because I'm like, I've said it once. I don't need to hear it again.
Exactly.
I go through phases. I have not listened to an Okay Sis episode in probably 2 months, but then all of a sudden I'll re-listen all the time.
Okay.
But it's interesting because I'll record an episode and I'll be like, oh, that part was cringe or I wasn't whatever. And I listen back, I'm like, oh, it was fine.
That happens so much more often than, or I'll be like, I should not have said that. And then I'll look back and I'm like, what did I even say?
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How long have you guys been doing the pod?
4.5 years.
How did you get started?
So, long story short,
TDLR.
It's a very crazy story. I lived next to a wholesale produce store a while ago, which is weird. And it was available to the public. So I would go in and I would get my produce there. And I
always feel like this part of the story should probably be taken out.
But this is how I started a podcast. It's hilarious. Okay. They opened up a podcast studio in the wholesale produce store. And since I was friends with all the girls who worked there, they were like, oh, you want to jump in for free? And so they made me a podcast for a whole year for free.
Wait, what?
5 years ago. Okay.
That's so random. Wait, did you ever talk about podcasting before?
No, but podcast 5 years ago wasn't really even.
Why did they make a studio in the...
Oh, I have no idea why. They were trying to be a media. They were trying to be media about their own produce. I don't know.
That's wild.
They were like, can you just talk about food every now and then in the episode so it ties back?
Did you really?
Sure.
Did you even? I don't think you've ever said anything about wholesale produce.
Anyways, it was not working for me. And so Mads and I went for her birthday to the Ojai Valley Inn and Spa, and we had a bunch of rosé, and we were by the pool. We had massages.
Okay.
And I did not have I didn't have an episode for the next week. So I said, do you want to record? And we went into the business center and recorded on my phone, eating truffle chips the whole time because we were tipsy. And I was like, this is really fucking fun. And so for 2 weeks after that, I was like, Mads and I have to do something together. The energy was just really great. And so I asked her 2 weeks later, do you want to start a podcast? And then 2 weeks after that, we launched Okay Sis. And it's been 4.5 years.
Oh my God.
And it's been, it's been insane. We have had tons of amazing women on the pod, like Miss Kelsey here. Mm-hmm. Also Dear Media royalty, Lauren Everts Bostic, Kenzie Elizabeth, Lauren Elizabeth, every Bachelorette person that has ever existed.
So amazing.
Yeah. It really jump-started our career, but we didn't really, we didn't know that was happening when we started.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what were you doing before you started all of this, both of you?
I've always worked in LA tech startups.
Okay.
And I went to USC, graduated, and then just fell into the tech space in LA. And this was our first entry point into content and community. I was very hesitant to do it at first. I was like, oh, there's so many podcasts. It's too saturated.
4.5
years ago. And I was like, what do I have to say? And apparently a lot I have to say.
Right.
But yeah, I was so grateful for Scout. She has this amazing mentality where if she has an idea or she has a project or something that's brewing in her head, she'll just jump off the cliff and she'll be like, well, we'll just wait for the parachute to form around us, where I'm more of the let's check the safety straps, let's make sure, and then jump off. But it was such a great like taking that mentality and being able to just start it.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Before Okay Sis, I was floundering for the most part. I like dropped out of college. I was having a lot of mental health issues. I was trying to figure out my career. I was like working at my mom's startup as like employee number 3 or 2 and just trying to figure it out. So I feel like once I started Okay Sis with Mads, and that's probably actually why I'm like very not risk averse, because I didn't really like have much going. So it didn't really like matter if I did something and it didn't work out.
Right.
And then that's kind of what blossomed into like me finding my space and my groove and my business and all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What was the first podcast called? The produce one.
Oh, it was called Podcast by Scout.
Podcast by Scout.
Yeah. Oh my God, straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
She had this whole like branding thing where she would always do something by Scout. Yeah. Like it was like just like everything by Scout.
Wait, love.
Thank you.
I don't know what happened to it.
What happened to it is I shut it down for Okay Sis. I did that for you.
You couldn't know, but you should bring like by Scout back.
You know what? You actually might have answered a question that I've been pondering for a very long time in my head. So thank you, actually. You know what? See, Kelsey thinks I should bring it back.
Yeah, do you want to tell us what it is?
Yeah.
So I wrote a book called The Emotional Entrepreneur, and that's kind of been like my brand. But I'm like, but I want it to be a little bit more broad. Like maybe that's too niche. So maybe I should just rebrand my personal brand to the By Scout World Land thing.
I still love The Emotional Entrepreneur.
I know you do. Yeah.
I do like that as well. So you wrote a book.
Yeah.
She's an author.
You're an author?
Yeah. Do you do British accents too?
You know, I actually this morning was really going for it. So it's crazy that you guys are
I just go into it. I have the worst British accent.
Well,
like so we have our step family is from England, and I'm just like, hello, do I sound like you? And they're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Like they're younger.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Not.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'm Harry Potter. And they're like, stop. Yeah. And so so I'm just
screaming, Stephanie.
Yeah. No.
They love us.
I'm sure they do. Wait, that's kind of fun though. I would probably do the British accent a lot more. Well, we're watching Love Island again, and so therefore it's like more into the rotation of accents that I'm doing.
This is a really controversial.
We don't want to get canceled, but
you don't like Love Island? It's fine if you don't.
We have tried so hard.
I didn't try that hard
for the UK one.
For the UK one,
really.
The guy had veneers, and I was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
they were too much.
Like, duh, they all do.
Listen, there's a reason that TV shows are once a week and that they are 1 hour or 2 hours of your time.
It's called being respectful.
It's respectful of your time
absolutely.
For it to be 1 to 2 hours.
Totally.
The fact I need to watch this bullshit 3 hours every single day.
She's so loud.
I'm always so loud. I mean, get used to it. But I really tried. It was really hard for me to be like, it might not be for me. And I'm a pop culture girly.
Yeah.
So I felt very bad not being in the zeitgeist.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I mean, I love it so much.
Yeah.
But I do know that like if you miss 1 to 2 episodes, like you're screwed.
You're done.
Yeah.
It's a full-time job.
It is a full-time job. It is, I mean, Cody and I like absolutely love it. We started watching it. He went to London to visit a friend like before we started dating.
Mm-hmm.
And he texted, like it was like in the time when like we were just like trying to find reasons to talk. You know what I mean? And so he texted me and was like, I just found the craziest show. Like, you should watch it. And I was like, okay, like, what is it? He said it was Love Island. He sent me like the link to watch it on because you can't like
the VPN situation.
Yes.
You guys are all like coders nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, can you just turn it on? I'll just sit.
What's a VPN?
So because it's in England, and because there's like a voting system that happens, you can't just watch Love Island like when it comes to the US like a couple months later. You have to watch it in real time. So you have to get a VPN to then like watch it, make your computer think that you're in England.
So you're
it is a commitment.
It's a commitment.
I just think that like we've been watching it for so long, and it like reminds us of when we first started like dating, that I feel like it's more of like a nostalgic thing than like because half the time I'm like on my phone. You know what I mean?
Well, how long have you guys been together?
We've been together for like 5.5 years.
Oh, okay.
Cool. So I agree. That's kind of how I feel with Bachelor right now, which I'm
Okay.
not. Are you a Bachelor?
I'm not.
No.
I've
Just
never.
give it up.
I've watched some of it. I know who the people are.
Yeah.
I love the drama, but I that to me is like such a waste of my time. The show,
100%.
anytime I've watched it, I've been like,
what's happening?
What is happening? There's a whole bunch of nothing happening going on here. But I like the people. Like I always like the people that come out of it and have like a lot of clout and stuff. Like I always end up liking all of those people.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, when I'm watching it, I'm like, this is the most boring shit I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah, so I'm a little too deep in. It's like torture. It's torture. And I watch it every single season.
We were big Batch Nation people. Like I was a huge Batch Nation. I watched all the time.
Which was really off-brand for you.
Really off-brand for me. I was secret about it. I didn't tell people for like a year and a half.
Wow.
I was a closeted Bachelor Nation fan.
And for sharing.
It was courageous. It was a courageous moment for me.
I'm happy for you.
You know, I tested the waters. I told a friend, see how it went. And then and it just got it was like, oh my God. It just was like pulling teeth. And I couldn't do it anymore. I stopped a year and a half ago.
The 2-hour episodes that like are filled with nothing.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel about Love Island.
And I totally understand. And we are supporting each other.
Yes.
But
it's a nostalgic romantic thing for her. That's Parks and Rec for me and my husband and I.
Parks and Rec is good though.
Yes.
Yeah. Like why are you comparing that to Bachelor?
Like I'm just trying to relate
show.
to having like
you're trying to relate. So I watch it. So Scout like is not a TV watcher. She's not a pop culture girly. She's not a TikTok girly. So there's really not a lot for us to talk about. But we end up talking about a lot of things.
But that's what makes it so entertaining. You know what I mean?
She brings up her like slam poetry and depression, and then I bring up Alex Earl. And it's a complimentary podcast.
Okay, I know I have mentioned on here my failed attempt at taking an Italian class in college. I can't remember a single thing I learned. I had no idea what was going on the whole time. I honestly am surprised I passed that class. And I feel like a lot of people could relate. So for most of us, learning a second language in high school or college wasn't exactly a high point in our academic careers. But now, thanks to Babbel, the language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions, there is an addictively fun and easy way to learn a new language. So if you want to connect in a deeper way with family, or you just have some free time, or you're studying abroad, I know some circlers have called in who are studying abroad, Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons that you will actually use in the real world. Although I didn't retain much Italian in college, I did take Spanish in high school, and I've been relearning that on Babbel, and it has just been so fun and so helpful. I've enjoyed it so much. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. It's built around real life, so the lessons are created by real people and voiced by native speakers. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, their speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, even live classes. There's just so much you can do. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/circletime. That's babbel.com/circletime for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life.
I wanted to get your pulse on Entourage.
Oh, I loved Entourage.
Okay, great.
I do think it wouldn't fly nowadays.
Yes.
There's a lot of like offensive things happening for sure.
100%.
But it honestly like is a very entertaining watch.
So I'm watching it for the first time right now. And it was hard to stomach the misogyny and just the complete, it does not age well.
It does not age well at all. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
But the LA of it all and
and there's something about like seeing a show from back then and just seeing like what they were getting away with.
Yes.
It's just so interesting to see how things have changed now. And so it's like just kind of just entertaining just from like the actual show is entertaining, but also just to see like what shows were like. It's then is so interesting.
Like The Office. Like The Office isn't I don't think is as offensive as Entourage,
not.
No,
when
but
you
still,
watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
You're
for
like,
sure.
this could not be made today.
Yes.
There's no way.
And also, have you guys watched The Sopranos?
No.
That is on my list because I love mob movies and mafia stuff.
You should watch
and
it.
like drug cartels randomly.
We loved Sopranos.
Okay, so you just watched it for the first time.
Yeah.
I need to do that. It's been on my list for a long time.
It's a good one.
It's because nothing is on TV right now.
I know.
Well, no, now you have Love Island, so I guess.
Well, but like even it's like exhaust. It is like a full-time job. Like sometimes we're like we don't want to clock in tonight. Like we just don't. We can't do it. But like we've been watching New Girl. Actually,
fantastic.
That's a good one. I watched it a long time ago.
We watched it a long time ago, but we never finished it. And then I just randomly started watching it again, and Cody like kind of was in and out of the room, and then it turned into like us rewatching the entire thing.
Is daddy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you not agree?
Sure, he's daddy, I guess.
What? I guess I love Schmidt.
I mean,
he's carrying that show.
Yeah, he's carrying the show.
Yes.
And Nick.
But what about Winston? Schmidt. I'm sorry, I'm a Winston girl.
Okay, she's a Winston girly.
But also, okay, Schmidt, yeah. Like the way that he loves Cece,
I know.
stunning. But he's also really funny. I get it.
I'm also not such a Zooey Deschanel fan. It's not that I dislike her or anything.
Most people
like
are
that.
like that. I feel like
I just get like I just feel like she should be in the quirky indie movie kind of vibe.
Yeah,
like the 500 Days of Summer. That was
her. Yeah,
but now that she's married or dating or engaged, I don't know which one, to the Property Brothers. I'm like, this is an amazing turn of like a twist of events that I was not expecting.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm a big Property Brothers fan.
Her Christmas albums are Have you ever listened to them?
No,
they're great.
I think I've heard them like playing in stores though.
Sorry,
they're great.
I start listening to the She and Him Christmas albums in like October.
Really?
They're incredible.
I feel like I'm like, okay, you know whose Christmas album is incredible is Kelly Clarkson's.
Yes.
I don't know that one.
The thing that about the Zooey Deschanel one is like it feels like an indie jazz like.
Okay, so you feel like
you're like in the jazz club.
Something. Yeah.
Whereas Kelly Clarkson's like I'm Rockefeller Center.
Like Kelly Clarkson's more like basic bitch.
Sure.
Christmas album, whereas She and Him would be like hip, cool.
Like Coachella in 2009.
Ugh, love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to Coachella this year? You go every year.
I do go every year. I'll probably end up going again. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, every year I'm like, I don't think I have it in me anymore. And then every year I'm like, oh, I guess we're fucking doing it.
No,
like every year we're like this.
So
I can't wait because next year, Mads, you're going to be 30 and you're going to go to Coachella and I'm just going to rub it in your face that you're a 30-year-old at Coachella.
Okay, same.
I know, but it's just hilarious.
What the fuck? Okay, this is rude now. Okay.
Maddie, 30-year-olds can't go to Coachella.
Maddie thinks she's like, I've always thought Maddie thinks she's like 22 or 23. And when she's 30 at Coachella, I'm just going to acknowledge the fact that Maddie is 30 and still going to Coachella.
You know what? Yeah.
Listen, the thing is that just means that we're like more equipped to handle Coachella. I also went to Coachella when I was 22.
Yeah. So Scout and I grew up in San Diego. And so we used to go in like high school. So I've been like 15,000 times.
You go every year. And I don't know how you do it.
Scout went when it used to be ticketed, like a paper ticket.
Yeah.
I went when I was 14.
And then I used to sneak in. Like it was like so not what it is these days.
Yeah.
But every year.
You have to. It's the same thing. It's why we watch The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Well, the last time I went with Mads, I had an anxiety attack and I was going to leave the morning of day 2. And Maddie said, just stay for Beyonce. You won't regret it. And so I left early day 3. Like I left. I was like, I'm out. Like I'm literally kidding.
Was it worth it?
I couldn't see her.
No, we couldn't see her.
Yeah, no, it wasn't worth it.
We couldn't see.
No.
I mean, the performance was incredible. When I watched it on Netflix
exactly.
and I saw it, I was like, wow, that's so good. But I didn't see. Also, we left.
No, we couldn't see.
We left in the middle of it. Yeah.
I was like, oh, is Destiny's Child on stage right now? Like,
it was insane.
No,
it's always too much. Like I've learned that like you can't go and like expect to see an artist that you actually want to see.
No.
Oh, I would mean to tell you that at my office, the girls wanted to go to Coachella, and my director was like, "You both can't go to Coachella. Like, I can't have 2 of you out on a Monday." And so I walked in the door. I was like, "What's happening?" And they're like, "Oh, we both want to go to Coachella." And I was like, "Listen, I'm not a business that will deny people of Coachella.
Oh,
it is a staple of Southern California culture.
Nice.
It's not for me, but I also know that it is not okay to only let one person go to Coachella and not the other.
Wow.
So if you both get weekend 1 tickets, you can both go to Coachella, and please don't show up here on Monday. I'll see you on Tuesday.
Oh my God, boss goals.
Girl boss.
I was going to text you because I thought you'd be so proud of that.
That's really proud that
really
you're
amazing.
Incorporating that into your company culture.
Yes.
That's really, really nice.
I mean, come on, we have fucking President's Day off. I feel like you should have the Monday after Coachella off if you have a business in Southern California.
Wow.
I was...
Right?
You should be president.
Thank you. Did I redeem myself from yelling at Mady for being a 30-year-old?
Yelling at us, by the way, because me as well.
Yeah. When I was at USC, I had an econ final the Tuesday after Coachella. Or actually, maybe it was the Monday.
Did they move it?
Of course she didn't. She literally said that she was such a bitch. She was like, I hope no one's going to Coachella this weekend. I was like,
stop. Everyone's going to Coachella.
She did it on purpose.
She did it on purpose. I was like, girl, you can literally move it one day. And I like got up in the mornings of Coachella and studied. Okay. Wow. That was me.
Oh, that's amazing.
I would have just failed.
I probably did fail, but
that's fine. But you made it through. You graduated.
What?
You graduated.
No, she definitely didn't fail. She got like straight A's.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's beautiful. So I feel like I have a lot of different projects and ideas and things that I want to start and create. And a lot of times I struggle starting those things because I get honestly just overwhelmed and I don't even know where to begin. So then I just don't begin. Or I begin way later than I wanted to, and I could have been creating and starting the whole time that I was procrastinating. And that is why I love Squarespace. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. And I feel like when I use tools that are easy to maneuver and understand that help me get started, I always do better. Squarespace really has all the tools you need to get your business off the ground, including inventory management, commerce templates, a simple checkout process, secure payments, all of that. They have it right there. You can also connect your social media accounts. So like you can display posts from your profiles on your websites, and you can push website content to your profiles so your followers can also share it. It's just so helpful. And you own all of the content that you're putting on the Squarespace platform. They offer one-click data portability. It really is just the best. And I feel like having all of those tools right there just makes things so much easier and gives me the confidence I need to like go and start. And that's what I'm looking for. So go check it out. You get started yourself. Let's put these projects into motion this year. Check it out at squarespace.com/circletime for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code CircleTime to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Can you guys explain what you do as entrepreneurs?
Sure.
Because you didn't really get into that yesterday, and I would love to hear more because you guys are girl bosses.
We are. We girl boss a little too close to the sun.
You kind of do.
When I was listening to your latest episode and you were like, the phrases that just like recycle in our brains because of TikTok.
Yes.
And I totally forgot about about that one.
Probably fuck or girl boss too close to the sun.
Both. Like, and then I just thought about the girl boss a little too close to the sun. I was like, wow. I said that for so long.
Yeah, and then it just goes away.
It just goes away. I know.
What's happening
and then
to
it's
our
like,
brains?
And it's like embarrassing to say it again. You know what I mean?
It's like chuggy.
It becomes so chuggy.
Like if you said that now, I'd be like, okay, well, she obviously hasn't watched TikTok in a while because we are on to bigger and better things over there.
Exactly. It's so true.
I'm just proud that I know that phrase.
Good job.
I'm proud.
So I created an app.
Yes.
I created a travel recommendations app. It's called Camber.
Yes.
And it is basically like a social Google Maps. So you can basically anytime you like text a friend and say like, hey, can you send me your Rex for Nashville or Austin? You can just replace that by listing all your favorite places on your profile, following your friends, and then you can see everything on a map view on the app.
That is so amazing.
Yeah.
But they also have a really big Los Angeles community component. So they do like hikes, they do Rumacue things. She does all her TikToks. So if you live in LA, you can go to her TikTok and they have like 10 places to find a cute boy or whatever, you know?
Okay.
You did that
now
one.
we're talking.
I did do that.
I thought it was a really good TikTok idea.
What are the 10 places to find a cute boy? I mean, for circlers.
Yes. So,
it was like a specific type. It was like a normal, available, emotionally available
It was emotionally available men.
Okay.
I would say Justa in Venice.
Really?
I think emotionally emotionally available men
hang out at Justa in Venice.
Hang out at Justa, right?
Interesting. I actually have only been to Justa once. I mean, I live down the street.
You need, well, look, it's a fucking long line. So it is a commitment.
I'm going to be honest.
You didn't love it?
Didn't love it.
Wow. What did you get?
I don't even remember, some stupid ass latte and like a piece of bread that was like $60 that had like seeds
it is
in
pricey.
it.
It is pricey.
It just didn't do anything for me.
Okay.
And
I
I'm
hear
like,
you and I see you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do need to go back though, because that was like that was like 4 years ago probably.
Right.
And I was like, okay, it's the same thing. Everybody talks about it.
Yeah.
I tried it. I hated it. And now I haven't been back.
That's, you know what? To each their own. All right.
Okay, so Juiced is a place to find an emotionally available man.
Also, I love like natural wine shops. I feel like if men are there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. They've got a little bit of they've got like a nuance to them. I feel like if they're at an organic natural wine shop.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, I do have better lists on the Camper app TikTok.
I believe it. I just made you like try to just recite them. So that's on me.
But no, yeah. So it's like very much Los Angeles focused for now, and like things to do, places to be in the city.
That is so amazing.
Yeah. So that's why.
When did you make it?
So the app has been out for a year now, and then the TikTok really started like blowing up like 6 months ago.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
that's so amazing.
It's been fun. It's been great. So
that's awesome.
I'm a foodie. I'm like a girl about town.
Oh,
like,
you're like
so do you go and like try? Like, do you like do a lot of research? Are you doing the research?
I'm doing the research, and I'm going to every fucking place imaginable. Like on the weekends, I'll be like in Venice and then like downtown.
You gotta
LA.
tell me when you're in Venice.
Okay, I'm all the time.
Is Wabi on any of your lists?
So I have not been to Wabi.
I want to take you.
Okay, let's go.
Because it's my favorite place in the world.
So many people say that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go one Monday, but then it was closed. And I was like, fuck. And there wasn't really anything else.
And you don't eat sushi on Mondays. I'm going to have to tell you that right now. That's why it's closed.
Okay. This is why it's closed.
Maddie's like, lesson learned.
Guys, my sister was like, we're going to Sugarfish last night. I'm like, did you just remember that I had food poisoning?
Maddie had food poisoning.
Don't say it. Oh.
And I wasn't going to
say from where. I was just going to say that you had food poisoning.
But we're not going to slander the place because they did pay me to go there. So
that's good. And I went to Sugarfish and had a great time and feel great. So
you hate to see it.
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Scout.
So I run an agency. It's called Scout's Agency. And
Agency by Scout.
Agency by Scout. I'm going to rebrand it. So I started it 4 years ago. Next month, it'll be 4 years. And I started it.
God.
And we are the first agency. We're the first PR agency to offer the podcast tour as a PR strategy. So we take female entrepreneurs, authors, personal brands, public figures, and we place them on a plethora of podcasts as a means to like sell their books.
Got it.
4 years ago, I was like, this podcast thing really helps you with visibility and marketing and all this stuff. And so I created this strategy, called it the podcast tour, and now like everyone does podcast tours.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
2 entrepreneurs.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Your parents must be proud.
Yeah, they are. Dad texted you. He said that he was proud of you this week, remember? I just wanted to point that out that he did that this week.
Did he?
It was sweet. He did. He said, I love you and I'm so proud of you.
Oh.
And then she said, did you tell Dad to say this? And I said, no, I didn't. People are just genuinely proud of you, you know?
I know.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our parents are entrepreneurial too, so.
Yeah, it's in the blood.
I guess. I never thought so until... I mean, because like 10 years ago, there wasn't like this word. Like you weren't like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur.
Right.
It's such a thing, I feel like now.
Yeah,
for
once
sure.
like Sophia
it's
Moroso's book came out, I feel like that was the Girl Boss book. That was like the catalyst. That's when I first started my first business.
And it was the glamorization of entrepreneurship. Like it is... It's obviously paths that like we would only be going down these paths, but I think people get into entrepreneurship for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Or they think that it's going to be this like super fun, exciting, because we only see the success stories.
Right.
But it's a lot more tough than people, mentally tough.
Yeah.
For sure.
Can you like go into that a little bit more? Like what do you experience day to day?
So right now we're raising a pre-seed round, like raising money from venture capitalists.
Yeah.
Which never done that. Like first time founder, never raised money. And just the process first, like just like not knowing how to do anything.
Yeah.
Like you just have to be okay with that when you become a founder.
Right.
And so, going through all these pitches and the constant rejection, and then just kind of like there's this hit at your self-worth because you're like, if this person that I'm speaking to doesn't understand what I'm doing, like, bye. Like, why are you telling me what I'm doing and what's wrong or whatever? So it's a lot about just like that unshakable sense of confidence in what you're building and that you're in the right spot, that you're the one for this, because it has been just such an interesting journey of like, and people say this, like it takes like 6 months to raise and you're going to be getting so many rejections until you just need like one yes. It's very much like dating. It's kind of insane.
Yeah.
Because you have to have FOMO and like play hard to get and like accept whatever.
Yeah.
And the investors also will ghost you. Like there's so many parallels to dating.
Wow.
So it's been a lot of just, I've learned a lot about myself and about, my worth, and also not letting, things like just hit my self-worth in that way. And so even just those types of processes when you've never even done anything like this, and then just to be thrown in a world where I wish like I could take money from my community, right? People who like automatically get it, but now I'm having to like explain myself or pitch myself to people that might not understand it. And it's also like older men that just like
for sure. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
I've spoken to a lot of like younger people in the VC space, which was very interesting and surprising to me. But yeah, there have been some like older men that are just like, oh, I don't have TikTok. I'm like,
right.
What?
Then, you're starting from like scratch, trying to explain to these people
like what TikTok is.
Yeah, and like why they should be into it.
Right. So things like that, where it's just like a constant just having to level set with yourself and be like, no, I'm doing this the right way. I'm doing it my own way.
Right.
And pivoting in this. So just a lot of mental health,
it's a whole mental health game.
It's a whole, you don't think about that with business, but
and
it is.
Like every business has a different pain point or a different struggle. So like I don't raise investors, so I will never have to go through like I have to put myself out there and like figure out my self-worth and like make people see my self-worth. Like that's Maddie's very unique, or anyone who's raising's like very unique business struggle, and every business has something different. Like yours, being a content creator, might have that like, the opinions of others and the judgment of others and like the numbers and all that stuff. For me, it's like the responsibility of like I bring in, and my main goal is to bring in revenue every single month. Yeah. And so for me, it's the responsibility of like paying a team, paying myself,
for sure, and
not having the certainty or the guarantee of money or my salary, etc.
Yeah.
So that's probably the thing that I like. Money and my relationship to money and bringing in money and scarcity and abundance and feeling okay running that type of a ship. That's my main emotional thing that I have to like deal with and come back to like, I'm safe, I can do this, I'm capable.
Right.
I think that's my biggest
And then it's like you're client facing. Like I will never be in a client facing.
And I will never be in a business that has an investor. Like it's just like you have to figure out like your emotional strengths. Like that sounds
for sure.
Like I would die, and I think she would die in my position. Yeah, client facing sucks. Like, but I'm pretty much over that at that point. Like I'm such a people pleaser. And so in the beginning of my business, if a client wrote an email that was like a little bit dissatisfied, my whole week, I ruined a whole trip to Italy that my husband and I took because I got off the plane and I had an email from a client who was pissed.
Yeah.
And I've had to work on that. And now I like know my worth. I know our processes. We have enough case studies. So I can tell if a client's upset because they're having a day, and I know how to emotionally get them back to ground zero or whatever. But
and also
that
like
I've worked on really well.
You just like the business more now, to whereas like I feel like before, if someone was unhappy, like you would feel like it was your fault, but now you're like, that's just the way that it works.
Yeah. You get more confident. I feel like
for sure.
Even you like last year had different emotional mental health issues in Camber, and I had different emotional mental health issues in my business. And then like once you raise this round, in 3 years, if you raise another,
it's going to be like,
boom.
100%. And I think it's also, I think you shifted even like the power dynamics in that relationship with clients. Whereas like with me, like you're the one in control.
Yes, I'm the expert,
when I was first starting the raise, it was like, the investor is the one in control. And I hated that. And I was like, wait, I don't want to be like begging you for money. This is like desperation. This is just not whatever. And so I kind of switched it where I'm just like, if you want in, you're fine, but like I'm not going to waste my time trying to like explain
to you. It's a mindset game.
It's all mindset.
Yeah.
Also, always.
Yeah.
But you guys are crushing it.
Thank you.
It's so interesting to hear about, because I feel like not only are you doing like podcasting and all of that stuff, but you have completely other like separate lives.
I mean, they both really stemmed. Not like Camber didn't like specifically stem from Okay Sis. My business more specifically stemmed from Okay Sis because it was my experience in the podcast industry really early on. But I think we both feel like Okay Sis was the launch pad for both of us to
for sure
have the confidence and go after our careers.
Yeah.
And so we have our own businesses. We have our own brands. Like she's on TikTok. I write a book, like all that stuff.
Yes.
But then
she's on TikTok. I write a book.
We have to put that on a sweatshirt.
Lovely. You do.
That's a really good one.
Okay. It's time to talk about it. Do you know what it is? It is hydration. Isn't that what you were expecting it to be? I know me personally, I am always trying to find ways to get more hydrated and drink more water. I'm buying all these water bottles. I'm trying all these things, and I'm never able to follow through. And I wasn't until I found Liquid IV. Liquid IV is the category-winning hydration brand fueling your well-being, and their hydration multiplier is the one product you're missing in your daily routine. Seriously, in just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than water alone. Use it first thing in the morning, use it before a workout, when you feel run down, on long flights, whatever it is. I always drink a Liquid IV like after I go out and have a fun night. Always drink one of those and I am instantly feeling better. Plus, like the packaging makes it so convenient. So if I'm going on a trip, like we're planning our wedding and you best believe that we're putting Liquid IV in everyone's room so that they are feeling hydrated and ready to go. 1 stick of Liquid IV in 16 ounces of water hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. And there are so many good flavors, like so many. My favorite flavors are the lemon lime and the Concord grape personally, but I did just have a watermelon one the other day and it was delicious. And I don't even like watermelon that much, but it was so good. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code CircleTime at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code CircleTime at liquidiv.com.
Oh, I was going to say, Kelsey, I filmed a Get Ready With Me this morning.
Did you?
It was so cringe, but I'm going to post it.
I don't know why you would think that's cringe if you do a day in the life. It's the same thing. It's just a shorter amount of the day in the life.
People don't understand how difficult it is to put on makeup and talk to a screen.
First of all, you're putting on makeup?
Did you not notice?
I noticed the blush, but I'm just like,
I look fantastic.
The last
two stunning, yeah.
I look stunning.
The last 2 times I've seen you, you've been wearing makeup.
I look, not yesterday.
Sunday.
Yes. So I filmed it and
we don't wear makeup, so it's shocking.
The reason I'm saying this is because
I forgot to pinch my cheeks before this. Actually, I made a mental note to do that, but I actually forgot.
The first time I came in to Dear Media to go on Kenzie's podcast, I was walking and Maddie's like, your concealer looks fucked up because I don't know how to put concealer on.
We're not makeup girlies. Okay. That's very clear. But no, the reason I say this is because I'm telling you that I did it and it is cringe and it's whatever, but we're still posting and we're still getting out there.
I know. I need to do that.
Dear listener, Kelsey was saying that she has tons of Get Ready With Me's in her fucking drafts.
Okay, I have
she
2.
Okay,
tons is a stretch.
I am trying to encourage us, for the sake of the community. We need to see those.
I know, but it's so embarrassing.
No, it's not. It's not. Oh my
I don't
God.
know how people do Get Readies With Me because when you wake up, when they do it, you're getting out of bed. I'm like, no, you woke up, you had your coffee and you got back in bed, right?
Well, I don't know. But if I'm vlogging, I actually usually put my camera right next to my bed to be okay, when you wake up, start filming. Never do it. But it's the thought.
I feel like that's bad for your nervous system now. You're not supposed to look at your phone for 2, or I don't look at my phone for an hour. Imagine just
oh no,
camera in the face.
I look at my phone right before I fall asleep.
We're gonna need to change that.
Yeah, I've been actually working on that. I've been reading before bed.
Good.
Instead. Yeah,
good.
That's
what on my Kindle though.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Okay,
it's fine.
Sorry.
We approve it.
Okay,
we approve it.
Thank God.
I think it's more of the stimulation of scrolling and seeing so many images all the time.
Yes, I know. I need to work on that.
Because reading is not as stimulating in that sense. It calms you down.
Are we journaling?
I do a question a day journal, and I've done it for 5 years. Well, I skipped a year randomly. There's one just blank year that I just didn't do it.
Okay,
but I got back into it.
Fantastic.
I started it in 2019, and this is my last. This is the 5th year.
Okay,
so I can see my answers to all the questions from all the years past.
Yeah, so cute.
It's just random. Yesterday's was name 3 things that you ate today.
Oh.
Or what do you feel lucky today? If so, why? Or what made you feel?
Where
are you holding a grudge? That's today. They're in the book.
Oh, that's cool.
And then
Are you holding a grudge?
Yeah. Oh my God, I hold grudges.
I do
It's
too.
like
You
too
do?
much.
It's not great.
You hold grudges?
It is not great. It is something I really need to work on.
I just listened to this podcast episode on forgiveness.
Okay.
It's a podcast called Reset.
Forgiveness.
And she's is more than saying sorry.
Thank you so much
You're
for that.
welcome. You're welcome.
I'm so lost.
You're welcome. How do you
I
not
feel like I'm in a
Just
watch
Friends. Just Friends.
My favorite Christmas movie.
It's a good movie.
Which one is that?
With Ryan Reynolds. You love Ryan Reynolds.
And Anna Faris.
Anna Faris.
No.
Yes, you have, Scout. Okay. Anyways, but
So you're listening to a podcast on forgiveness.
yes, and she talks all about this, about just like the holding the grudge and the process of letting it go, because you're then living in the past
For sure.
and you're letting it dictate your present.
100%.
Yeah.
Do I hold grudges?
But see,
You don't. You're so good at this.
The thing
think I
about
hold
me
grudges.
that I struggle with is like I completely understand that concept. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I spent a lot of time growing up not sticking up for myself and like not. If I didn't like something, I just wouldn't say anything and I would just carry on.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'm losing because I'm really good at sticking up for myself now. And so I feel like if someone has done something to me that I don't, not like little things don't bug me, but like things that really fucked with me.
Yeah.
I feel like I am letting them get away with it.
But if you keep it, if you like hold it on, it's them just doing it to you over and over and over.
I know that's where I struggle. Like I feel like I'm
If you let it go, it lets them off the hook.
yes.
So you can like
You're not okay, but
you're not letting them off the hook.
Yeah, so that you need to listen to this
I know.
episode.
You're letting
I
yourself
know.
off the hook is what you're
Yeah,
doing.
it's not about
God, you're so
condoning.
right.
It's not
Yeah.
about condoning what they did or about like saying that
I
it was
need to listen to this.
You need to
because
listen.
that's where I struggle.
it's more about like fuck this. I don't need to hold this grudge in this space anymore.
Right.
And I can give whatever I thought that they needed to give to me, I can give to myself. And I'm more than capable to give to that. If you think about like an ex-boyfriend or any other past boss that wronged you, like what did you need from them? Probably love, validation, whatever.
Yeah.
That's all the things that you can give to yourself. You're more than capable of that.
I guess.
I was thinking that Buddha quote. I think it's like when you're angry, it's like pouring poison for the other person, but then you drink it yourself. It's like that concept of like,
So
okay,
true.
so at the end of the day, that person's merrily walking along.
No, like they're not
They
thinking
have
about it.
no idea. Yeah. So it's just like you're letting
But
them.
I just am like, you're getting away with this thing that you shouldn't be, and I am just
Yeah, but it's
and
just festering in
It's
you.
like I had to take the heat for something that someone else did because they didn't want to like tell, and they didn't want it to come clean, and so like I had to take the heat.
Do you still talk to this person?
I'm still there. We're still like
In the orbit.
Yeah. Maybe you should just like do a boundary situation.
I mean, I do.
Yeah.
They just have to be around sometimes.
Ugh, that's the worst when you're
And
like,
so it's
you
like
put
it's
up boundaries and they
frustrating
have to
because
be
I'm
around.
like, I just randomly had to take the heat for this thing, and you're just pretending like that thing, and now other people think that I did this thing, but it was you. It's like this whole thing, and so I just feel like, ugh,
Yeah.
you know.
No,
but then
that's
I'm
an
like, that was also like, a long time, not a long time ago, but like a good amount of time
You should
ago.
go to hypnosis.
I actually am too scared to do that.
It's not like actual hypnosis where you lose control of your body. It's just essentially getting you into a meditation so that you can activate your subconscious and then rewire and heal those areas.
Maybe I actually should do that.
I did it. It's really helpful. And
What scares you about hypnosis? Are you thinking like they make you do something?
Yeah,
that
No,
you-
I am scared that I have blocked certain things out
that'll come up.
that will come up.
Well, that's your first problem.
Yeah.
We need to get
that it's working. If that happens, then it's a good session.
We need you to get at that shit
But I'm
out.
like, fine. Like, I don't need to know. I'm in such a good
you
space.
You don't know.
I mean,
It comes out.
You
It
don't
comes
know.
out. It manifests
Oh
other
my God, are you
places.
guys doing it right now? Wait, actually, that's so true. I should do that.
I did it and I was like, it was really crazy because when I did it,
What'd you do it for?
I did it at Front and Sage, and I have like an energy healer that I've seen for the past 6 years maybe at this point. And we did hypnosis, and I wanted to rewire some of my subconscious beliefs around motherhood that I've picked up from our family that I feel like are harmful and wasn't like, I could identify that those thoughts and beliefs weren't mine, that they were passed down to me from mom and whatever. And I didn't want that in my space when I brought my baby girl into the world. And so I wanted to heal those parts and release them. So I went into hypnosis, and it's just basically like a really intense meditation. But honestly, like during the whole thing, I didn't really feel it working at all. I was just like, oh, I'm in a meditation and I hear her and I'm aware, da 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 da. And then I came out and she's like, what happened? And I told her, I was like, oh my God, like I time traveled. I was talking to the 14-year-old me. Then I went to the future me and I decided what she's going to look like as a mom holding her baby. And it was a really, really powerful, crazy experience. And I was able to release that and forgive the people and certain family members who passed on those limiting and negative beliefs around motherhood to me and fears, and I was able to totally release them.
We need to heal your inner child is what
you
got
to. It was so
That's insane.
It was awesome. What I would do though before you do it is maybe, I don't know if you meditate, but start meditating so that you can kind of work the muscle up a little bit so that when you get
what's your relationship to meditation?
I've never done it. Okay. Well, I've tried like once or twice, but my mind just goes too crazy.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like people who can't get into meditation, because it was the same for me. It's kind of like going to workout classes in the beginning. Like no one likes it in the beginning.
Right.
Like no one likes it.
You're not going to see the results for at all.
Right.
At all.
Time.
Right.
But when you get those results, you're like,
I would recommend an app called Open. And this is not sponsored. I literally talk about them all the time.
Okay.
But it's an incredible app because there's just obviously like bite-sized meditations, but it's vibey. I don't know how else to describe it. And they have a studio in Venice, so we can go together.
Should we?
I do Insight Timer, which is like the
non-cute.
Like the generic spiritual. No, it's like the generic spiritual one. It's not like the trendy one.
I just care a lot about branding and such.
Yeah. Okay. We also have different meditation styles.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Wow, I'm learning so much, but you guys as sisters is one of the big ones, and you guys are fully opposites.
I was like, what's your reflection of us?
But it works.
Yeah. It works.
And I feel like you open each other's worlds up to stuff that you might not normally be open to, which is beautiful.
It's so interesting because we're clearly very opposite, but at the same time, we're similar in lifestyle. So like, if you and I went traveling for a month, we would be aligned on the hotel and where we're going and the itinerary and how we're hanging out and taking content and what we're wearing. Like, we're not so different in that. It's just that, I guess,
there's just chemical differences.
Well, there's chemical imbalances.
There's a lot of chemical imbalances happening
in my brain. But yeah, so it's like I've never really thought we were so opposite because it's not like we don't get along and can't live life together.
For sure.
But then when we started
it's
the
more
podcast,
like the interests and like what you like focus on that that just like your hobbies and stuff. I feel like.
Remember we were like, would we be friends if we weren't sisters? Like, absolutely not.
Okay, but that's not true. I feel like your paths would never cross.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, no, but they would because we're still in like. We would still be going to the same places and doing the same things. You know what I mean? Like our lives aren't like so different. Like we're both podcasting, stuff like that. But I just don't think we would. Maddie one time asked me on the podcast, she's like, "Are we friends?" And I was like, "We're sisters."
Yeah, we're sisters.
But no, I don't think we would be like close.
No,
we would not be close.
What's your age difference?
3 years.
3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
28 and 30. Are you 31?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Wild.
You were born in what, 94?
94.
And
91.
91.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a good, like when
it's a good split.
When I think about it, because I think about my daughter and her sibling, I think 2 years is better.
We're already thinking about baby number 2?
Well, if I want to do 2 years, I have to.
You have to think about that.
My brother and I are 2 years apart. I'm like 93, he's 91. Yeah, it was great.
You like 2 years?
Yeah.
Because 3 years, we weren't friends growing up so much because 3 years is a bigger gap, but I think 2 years is a less
It was cool.
gap.
It was like we did like like in high school and stuff, like just like him being like a junior when I was a freshman. We were just a little bit closer in age, which I think was nice. Whereas like I feel like if he was a senior when I was a freshman, we wouldn't have like looked at each other.
That's what you and I were.
Love having an older brother? I wanted an older brother so much growing up.
Sorry, I totally disappointed her.
I always wanted a sister, but I did like having an older brother. I think like it made me like a lot more patient of a person, I think. And like a lot more, like if Cody and his friends are around, like they're doing like boy stuff.
You can
nothing bothers. I can't like, I'm not like one of the boys, but like
you're not
I'm not like offended by like if they're like burping. I don't fucking know. What do boys do? But like, you know what I mean? Like if they're just like being boys, I'm not like, ew, you guy. Like I'm just like, Okay.
Like I see two boys together. Like I have two nephews and they're so little and I love them so much. But I look at them and I'm like, I don't know what this is. Like I never grew up around. We never had like any.
We didn't have boy energy.
It made me like just a little bit more like accepting of things.
Of the boy,
I feel like but it was cool. It was hard in high school because like I wanted like junior boys to like look at me. Do you know what I mean?
But they were like
you're Kevin's little sister.
No,
I mean, okay.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have been looking at me. Do you know what I mean? Like, like they weren't going to look.
But when
then they would have. Yeah, they like
go listen to Okay Sis to understand that joke.
They were not looking, but like you could imagine. But like they couldn't even like think about it because it was Kevin's little sister.
Sure.
That makes sense. And I'm sure he was so protective. Was he like crazy about that?
Like a little bit, not crazy, but like would be like don't.
Because if I had a guy friend who was like crushing on Mady or one of her friends, I would fucking lose it. Like I would get all crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He was fine. I just think no one like I don't think he like really had to deal with it. Do you know what I mean? like I think that's just not the moral of the story. Like he was never really concerned. One time he was like, "Hey, you actually don't have to keep all of your books in your backpack when you walk around campus. You can put some in your locker because." It looks like a shell, like a turtle's shell.
You're like a ninja turtle.
He was like, you're walking like parallel to the ground, like your top is like bent over so much, and he was like, you can just like use your locker.
What were you like in high school? Totally. What were you like in high school?
Were you?
I was a cheerleader.
Okay, this is what.
Just wait for it. Okay. I was a virgin throughout all of high school.
Okay, that's cool.
I was like just a little awkward, but I could dance. So that's why I was a cheerleader. But like when I first started cheer, I broke my hand. So I was in a cast, for example. Like I was always like.
There was something.
There was always just like a little bit of like trickling awkwardness happening.
Got it.
Okay.
But like I knew what I was doing. And then once I was not shy anymore, then I was like funny and normal. But like I was just a little bit awkward.
When was your first like serious boyfriend then?
My first serious boyfriend was my senior year of high school. We started dating, but we just never banged. Yeah.
Never schmanged.
No, I went to like a Catholic high school.
And
but
you're half Jewish, right?
I'm half Jewish, yeah. Okay. But I went to a Catholic high school and he like now this is why we'd never had sex. I'm explaining this, but I was like nervous. Not saving myself, but like just want to wait until I'm 18. I kept saying that for whatever fucking reason. But like that's like what I was like, I'm just not ready. And then by the time I was like, okay, let's do it. He had like found God.
Oh no.
And then he like wouldn't.
Oh no.
I'm
sorry.
It was like a sin for us to like touch at all. That's what he said. So
wait, so you guys like were touching, but then he was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that one I think would come out in hypnosis a little bit for sure. That one fucked with me.
I mean,
I really am happy that he's like found his own life.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm
happy for him.
He's like married and happy, and I like could not be happier for him because I'm like that couldn't be me. So I'm happy that you found someone too.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really wasn't like that traumatic. It was more just like, damn, people can really change if
they can. Yeah.
And that was like scary that someone changed so much, and I just didn't know, and I couldn't change. Like I couldn't just start doing something I didn't believe in.
No, for sure. Yeah. So how long?
Especially in high school, it's hard.
How long were you with him then until you guys broke it off?
We were together for like 2 years altogether.
Okay.
And this happened like right in the middle.
Wow.
So I tried for like a year to like see what we could make work, and we just couldn't make any of it work.
Okay, you can also cut this out, but did you lose your virginity to Cody?
No.
Okay.
I had like a full life in between me and Cody.
It's okay.
I went to college.
Okay, good.
I lost my virginity to my husband.
That's beautiful.
But then we broke up, and then I had a life, and then
she lost her virginity at 15 to him, and then had a whole life, and then
I love that.
Yeah, I never felt like. I mean, at 14, mom like put condoms on my bed on my first day of high school. Like I never felt like. I thought it was appropriate to lose it at that age, but maybe because there was condoms on my bed.
I honestly think that's great.
Yeah. Mine was what, 17?
We grew up with a very sex positive household.
A little too sex
positive.
That's great though.
It's better than not.
I wouldn't say mine. Like I was like, I could tell my parents anything. They weren't the ones being like, you can't have sex. It was more just like the
Catholic,
like
the Catholicism of it all.
The air It was in the air at school, you know?
Yeah. We went to Jewish school I went my whole life. She went until she left for high school. But Jewish school didn't have any of that. No.
Well, because I just don't think Judaism is like that. You don't save yourself till marriage. Right. It's not the Catholicism like rhetoric.
Yeah.
No. None of that.
Marsh, where are we at?
53. Oh my God.
Wow. Okay, let's do one. We're going to do a story time. Okay. People call in and leave voicemails and we get to answer them.
This is so fun.
Oh. I feel so honored.
I know, me too. I'm nervous.
I'm kind of nervous too.
Hi, Kelsey. First of all, I want to tell you that I love the pod. It has quickly become one of my favorite podcasts. I listen every week. Aww. It's made me laugh. It's made me cry. I love it so much and I really appreciate it. But I was calling because I was listening to last week's episode where you're talking about your favorite movies, and I feel as though we have a very similar taste in movies. So I was calling because I wanted to know if you've seen the movie Sleeping with Other People. It used to be on Netflix. I don't think it is anymore, but I feel like it's very along the same lines as like A Crazy Stupid Love, A No Strings Attached, Friends with Benefits.
Wow.
And it's a movie I hold very near and dear to my heart. And if you have seen it, I would love to know your thoughts. If you haven't seen it, I really recommend that you go watch it and then please tell us your thoughts on the pod because it's a phenomenal movie and I think you will enjoy it. Anyway, thank you so much. I love the pod and I can't wait for next week's episode.
Madison, you are so spot on. It's insane. I fucking love that movie.
So, Scout, just like take a breather, sit back, relax, enjoy the show.
I should have brought a book.
One of your depression books. Yeah, sit down. Sleeping with Other People is one of the most underrated movies.
Wait. Is that the Ashton Kutcher one?
No. It's with
I tried.
It's with Jason
Sudeikis.
And the best scene of any scene in any movie ever is when they do Molly at the children's birthday party.
Yes.
I think about that scene. It's so much.
I just got chills.
Yeah.
No, it is such a good fucking movie. Like,
incredible.
When he's like, she's like, are we in love? And he's like the whole thing.
And when he tells her how to masturbate.
Oh my God, I was just about to say that. Yeah. You're literally taking all the things out of my brain.
I think about that every time I masturbate.
Jason Sudeikis said, I can see it like in the water bottle.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think that.
And then Adam Scott. Isn't it Adam Scott? You would love it.
Adam Scott's in it?
Oh my God.
He's the
gynecologist.
He's the dick that Alison Brie is.
Yeah, is he a gynecologist?
I don't know. Whatever his job is.
Sorry. Sorry, I know him more than just a guy. He has a career. That movie is so good. Thank you so much, Madison, for reminding me of that movie because I feel like it does slip through the cracks.
I need a rewatch.
I'm gonna rewatch today. Yeah, I'm gonna pop it on.
You know what else is also a little underrated? 5-Year Engagement.
I've actually never watched that.
Oh, okay. It gives me like similar energy.
I
kind of get them
Jason
confused.
Segel and Emily Blunt.
Yes.
I love Jason Segel.
Yeah, same.
He's underrated. I love Jason Segel.
5-Year Engagement, I think, is one of the most underrated rom-coms. I don't know why most people don't talk about it.
I'll look into that.
You would very much enjoy it if you like Sleeping with Other People.
Sleeping with Other People is amazing. If you haven't watched it, please watch.
Mm-hmm. We just gave you your weekend plans.
Me.
Scout. We have your homework for the week.
Thank you, Marsh, for picking that one out. I really enjoyed that. Can we do one journal time? Okay. So I write down journal questions for kids, but then we answer them and we see what we can work with.
Yeah. We're healing our inner child.
Exactly. Here you can choose one.
Oh, I'm gonna take the purple one.
Oh my God, I love it. Can you give me the pink one?
Yeah, there's 2 pinks. So I'm gonna choose for you your
fate.
Thank
you.
Sorry, they're like kind of annoying to open.
I love these things,
but I do love the pipe cleaners. I know.
Pipe cleaner. Are you a crafty person?
Well, she's a school teacher. Okay, talk about a time when you couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, this one was kind of hard when I wrote it down.
Okay, this is gonna be so bad. Oh my God.
Say it. Say it.
Wait, is it?
Maddie and I, for some reason, think it's really funny to laugh at our mom when she thinks that she doesn't look good. And so my team got her on a podcast and we sent her the real footage and she texted me and she goes, and my team was like, look how great this is. And she texted me and goes, Oh my God. I'm terrible. I literally, in front of my team, like was on the floor laughing hysterically because I forgot that you and I like make fun of mom when she's
right. She also,
terrible.
wait, we love our mom. We love, shout out Head Babe. We love you.
Because she's really beautiful.
She's so beautiful, but she also has like a body odor issue.
It's just like when my mom, I don't know what it is, but I like cannot stop laughing when I think about making fun of my mother.
Okay. No, that's perfect.
So like we were in New York once and she was like, do I smell? I was like, yes. And we were peeing laughing and she was peeing laughing and it was like the fun. We think about that moment all the time. We're like, yes, you like have terrible body odor. Like it's just a thing about you.
Like, I don't know why it's so funny to make fun of mom.
Okay, this is so hard.
What is it?
Give a list of your top 10 favorite songs.
Okay,
wow.
So I did, when I wrote that one down, I also thought that would be a hard
10?
one.
10 is a lot.
I know. They're usually the prompts all have like top 10 in them because I think kids can just go for it. Well, like if it's a top 10,
okay.
Like if it's like a list.
Okay, hold on.
What's the top 10 times you've ever laughed?
Okay, hold on. What
But it's usually with
what's
her,
the Wrapped Spotify Wrapped?
I would say that if you want to just do like the top 10 songs that you're listening to right now kind of on repeat, because I feel like
know what she's listening
favorite
to right
songs is different than like current listens.
rotation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is really funny because we were just in the car and I was like, my music identity is no longer. Like I don't know what's going on.
That's okay. You're in like a changing period.
Yes.
Transitional
So hold on.
period.
How do I get to my Wrapped? Because I think that'll be a little more my
I'm listening
Wrapped.
to Days Like This over and over and over again.
What is that?
I already forgot. When it's not always raining.
There'll be days like this. Okay, here's
song.
Yes, you do.
When there's no one complaining.
There'll be days like this.
You got it. I don't know
You
it,
got
but
it.
I just assumed that was coming.
Okay, so my top song. This is the most basic.
Let me
Just
see.
bang them out.
As It Was, Harry Styles.
Duh.
21, Gracie Abrams.
Ugh. We are big Gracie Abrams fans here on this pod.
I could listen to that on repeat. Also,
you should.
You're probably
depressing sometimes.
Yeah,
you love it.
I don't know.
So she's a genius.
August by Taylor Swift. Peaches. I love Peaches.
Yes.
Really? Okay. That's kind of where I'm drawing the line on that one. But Peaches really is number 4.
What's Peaches?
I got my peaches out in Georgia.
Oh, come on. That was like 3 years ago.
It's on my top.
Do you know what? Despacito always.
Despacito. Obviously, yes.
Nothing Else I Could Do by Ella Jane. I love that one.
Okay.
Late Night Talking, Harry Styles. Everything is Harry Styles here.
It's okay.
And then
That's her
Snow
celebrity
on the
crush.
Beach, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
All of Midnight's basically is on
Love
here.
it.
Anti-Hero.
Perfect.
So I went to Greece this summer. So there's just like a
Classic.
lot of Mamma Mia on here. Just like me being an annoying bitch
Oh my God.
in Santorini. Being like,
So glad we're
"Play Mamma
exiting
Mia."
that era of Maddie's life.
Yeah, it's all just Midnights.
Which
And
is
also
perfect.
Cruel Summer and anything with on Lover. I mean, good for you. It will always be on the
that's a
top
good
list
one.
of mine. Yeah, I'm just going to be a basic and
I love
lean
that.
into that.
This podcast is very supportive of Taylor Swift.
Great.
Gracie
Yes.
Abrams, Harry Styles. And we love all of that.
Great.
here,
Are you going
so.
to Eras?
I am.
Fuck you.
Sorry.
What's that?
The Taylor Swift.
Oh, I'm going to go home and be like, was I good on this one?
You were, just to answer your question right now.
The Taylor Swift tour.
Yeah.
And I need to go to the one with the Gracie Abrams.
No, that's exactly kind of what I was saying because the one I'm going to is not with Gracie Abrams.
Oh, shit.
So I'm trying to get.
We
I'm
need
going
to
get
switch.
tickets. No.
Oh, we're doing double.
Yes,
we're doing double.
absolutely. I'm going to go to like as many as I physically can.
I had a friend
and financially can.
Sure. I had a friend that went to every single Harry Styles concert at the Forum. Every single one.
That's exhausting.
That was
Those are-
$10,000.
Those are a lot of days.
And in the front little circle area every time.
Does
Every
it
day.
get old? Do you think?
She was like, it was the best week of my life.
Okay.
Like,
I'm
happy
thinking
for
of
her.
going to see Carlos Santana at the House of Blues
Oh my
in
god,
Vegas.
that's amazing! I love Santana.
we grew up on Santana.
You know,
That's the only
my
concert
dad
I
is
think
friends
of.
with the singer Tony Lindsay.
I don't know.
Isn't
I
it
just know
Santana?
Carlos.
Carlos plays the guitar. He sings
doesn't sing.
sometimes.
Oh.
No, yeah, he doesn't. Remember, we saw he wasn't. He's so
Well,
old.
it's just like the ocean.
I'm not a muse.
Yeah.
The same as made emotion that I got out of you.
Yeah.
You got that.
we
have
got- we
Also,
have
Rob
gone to-
Thomas.
Can I come?
Career highlight.
With you guys?
In San Diego?
Yeah.
Come make a trip.
Okay.
Wait, no, it's in Vegas.
Oh, that's where I draw the line.
Well, he has a residency at the House of Blues.
We should go.
Yeah, we should go.
Okay.
It's good. Thanks.
Well, This is the end of circle time. I'm so sad. I could have done this for 10 more hours.
Totally.
Thank you so much for joining us. And
thank you for having us. I have a plethora of things I need to now go look up and
we are schwitzing. We are schwitzing.
As am I now.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we made it to that. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's time to go now.
All right. Well, I love you both.
I love you.
Thank you for joining. And bye, everyone. See you next time.
Bye. It's circle time. Let's sit down and have some fun. I said it's circle time. Just you and I. Time.
Please note that this episode may contain paid endorsements and advertisements for products and services. Individuals on the show may have a direct or indirect financial interest in products or services referred to in this episode.